days, and we'll get to it in a second, there must have been so many offers at that time.
We're usually recording this time of the year, but this year we've just managed to get ourselves a nice gap in the middle, and someone said Australia, and we said we're coming.
All right.
Yeah, it was as simple as that.
Australia, really. All right. Go Now was huge in '65, but you guys weren't on that single, is that correct?
66.
We joined together in '66.
Came later. Was there a
with
problem?
the New Boys.
Yeah, yes, the latter ones. But was there a problem with the band at that time? They had some tax problems or something prior to you joining? They ran into
we were skint. I know that everybody who had no money, I mean,
we had a great time. We had a tour to Belgium organised, and we had to sell all the equipment, actually, to get across on the ferry to start the tour.
Oh, no.
And that's how it began, you know. We thought, well, this was when the blue suit days, you know, and everybody looking the same. So we said, OK, we're never going to do that again. We're going to write all our own songs, only perform our own material.
Yeah.
And out of it came Days of Future Past.
Now, that was a sort of a marriage of classical and rock music, and it also was an album that has now been, that idea has been taken over for, like, by heaps of people, and it's called a concept album.
Yeah, the concept.
The word is going out of my head. You started a whole trend, in other words, so did you think you'd do that at that time?
Well, we never had a deal to make albums, but we had a stage show that was sort of like a concept stage show, like a sort of mini rock opera type of thing.
Right.
And we had an opportunity to make an album. It was supposed to be a demonstration stereo album for Decca in London. And we just went in and recorded our stage show. And we wanted to make a record an album that you put on at the beginning and, you know, just flowed right the way through to the end. Not just a collection of hits and B-sides and padding, you know, but a sort of train of thought all the way through.
So many people have picked up on it over the years.
Well, it seems so, yeah.
You led the way.
Yeah.
There was Nights in White Satin, which took about 4 years, actually, to become a hit off that album.
Yes, it was a hit.
Can you explain that?
Well, it was a hit when it first came out. It got to 19 in the British charts.
In England, right.
And then, but it really did. It got to #1 in America and sort of around the world in 1973.
It was #1 in France in '67 for 15 weeks.
Right.
So it was very strange. Nights in White Satin just hit different countries at different times. And it's like the Olympic torch running round, you know. Everybody kept taking it over.
Kept lighting up.
Lighting it up.
Let's have a look at Blue World. This is the current single that's around and the current video that we've got of the Moody Blues. We'll come back and chat with the boys right after this. Blue World off the album. Da-doo, da-da, da-doo, da-da.
Heart and soul took control of me. Paid my dues, spread the news. It's a blue
The Moodies, and we're talking with them right now to their off. You went off the road in '73, is that correct?
Yes.
What was it, a complete split? And if so, what made that split and what brought you back together again?
I think it wasn't it was like a drifting apart, really. I think we'd been on the road together so long before that there was kind of nothing left to talk about, you know. And we needed to go off and do different things. And I wasn't sure at the time when it was happening. I thought we were crazy, you know, to sort of drift apart and let it go like that. But looking back, it's probably one of the best things we ever did.
It was a good thing to realize.
Yeah, I think if we'd have stayed together maybe another year or 2 years, we could have split never to come back together, which would have been sad.
So when did you come back together and what brought you back?
The record company wanted to put a compilation album out.
Yeah.
And we've always wanted to have total control of everything that was released of the Moodies. So when they wanted the compilation, we got actively involved to put the album together. And while we were doing that, we thought, hey, we're spending so much time putting together something we'd done years ago. We should make a new album.
This looks
and like everything else, it's so simple afterwards, and you look back, you know, there's no big decisions.
So will there be solo careers still in future, or will it be now the Moodies forever?
Well, I think there'll always be the solo albums, but I mean, the Moodies, that's the car we're travelling in.
Sure
that's
is.
That's where we're going.
Yeah. And so we can expect you to come back to Australia shortly, I guess.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Little ripper.
We've had a great time here, I must say.
You've done Sellout this time.
Yeah, it's been very
Added a concert again in Sydney, so you're tonight
night.
and tomorrow night at the entertainment centre.
Yeah.
Justin and John, I thank you very, very much. And when you go away, please don't think of the sweaty Donnie Sutherland. All of a sudden I've had a sweat attack. Why am I talking about this? I guess it's just bothering me. We will go now to Running with the Night, Lionel Richie, and we thank two of the Moody Blues for being with us on Sounds. Thank you very much.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.